We begin tonight with that breaking news we've been covering all afternoon in Chesapeake. Chopper 10 is live above a deadly school bus crash on Taylor Road. The driver of the SUV was killed. You can see it was a very active scene from this video. It happened around 2:30, and you can see it's still active at this point in time. We have team coverage tonight, beginning with 10 on your side's Jason Marks.
Yeah, Anita, just a terrible crash out here on Taylor Road. As you mentioned, around 2:30, that's when that school bus collided with an oncoming SUV. Let me step out of the way real quick and give you a shot of what's going on. You see that fire truck right there, that Chesapeake fire vehicle. The crash is on the other side of that. The reason why we're blocked right now is because they're actually removing the body from inside that SUV, and so obviously they cover it up because they don't want the people who have come to watch what has been going on to actually see that. It's a terrible thing to see, so that's why they've covered that up. Now here's what we're being told. Around 2:30, that school bus was traveling eastbound on Taylor Road. The SUV was coming westbound. We're told that the school bus carrying 25 Western Branch Intermediate students was about to make a left-hand turn on a peppercorn, and that's when the two collided, the SUV and the school bus. The driver of that SUV died on the scene. Several of the students, we're told, suffered minor injuries, mainly scrapes, bumps, and bruises. Some of them were taken to area hospitals. Others were taken back to Western Branch to be reunited with their parents. As you can imagine, a lot of them were shook up. I mean, we heard that there were screams coming from the bus as soon as it happened, a lot of crying, and obviously a traumatic thing to be in a crash, especially one as devastating as this one. I want to introduce you to Victoria Peters. Victoria was in a home right here. She was at her boyfriend's house, and she heard the crash. And just, Victoria, if you would, take me through the story, tell me what you heard, and then take me through, you came outside to see what was going on.
We were inside watching a movie, and I heard a boom. It was really loud, and I wasn't sure what was going on. So I went and looked out the window and saw about two people running. I saw the back end of the school bus, so I knew something bad had happened. I ran outside, and upon seeing the accident, I just took off running, and there was nobody out there yet. So I was just like, get to whoever the driver is, get to the kids. Upon arriving at the scene, it was evident the driver was deceased, and so the next step was just to get to the kids. The kids were hysterical, and we just wanted to get them off the bus and to safety as quick as possible.
What were you hearing? I mean, obviously the bus were hysterics, a lot of screams, a lot of crying.
It was a lot of screaming and crying, and the adults were just trying to keep everybody calm. The bus driver was upset, very upset, trying to get on the radio and radio help, and everybody was calling for help. There were people screaming that the driver was dead, and it was just a lot of hysteria going on.
You were there as a student started to come off the bus. Did you see any visible signs of injuries?
No, a lot of them, a couple were holding their heads, but that's understandable because, you know, there are no seatbelts, so they kind of flipped over the seats and stuff, and their heads were hurt, but nobody was really hurt.
Horrific crash. You mentioned this is something that you never want to see again, obviously never expected to see.
Definitely not. I watch crime shows, so it's something I've seen on TV, but it's never something you witness in person. So,
Victoria, thank you very much. I'm so sorry you had to see that this afternoon. Just a horrific crash out here today. Obviously, the investigation continues into figuring out exactly what happened. Preliminarily, what we're being told is that witnesses say that the SUV, the driver of that SUV, was traveling way too fast for Taylor Road. Obviously, that's all part of this investigation. We're going to stay out here live. We'll have the latest for you as it comes in. But for now, we're live in Chesapeake. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.